Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the HGUC Zaku Mariner. Now, as I mentioned, I will be focusing on premium Bandai kits, but there are still some kits out there that I really want to review, and this is one of those kits. The Zaku Mariner, I'm a big fan of amphibious mobile suits, whether it's Zeon or Federation. And I've been waiting for this kit to be restocked in Gundam Base for a long time, and it's finally happened. So here we are with the kit. As you can see, the Zaku Mariner, a lot of people are still confused with the Zaku Mariner and the Zaku Marine type. The Zaku Mariner came out first as in the Double Zeta Gundam era, while the Zaku Marine type is more on the 1 Year War era. So the name could be a little bit, confusing, but that's how it is. And for now, as you can see, this is a Zaku, but in a more like amphibious form. So, as per review, let's go with the usual. First, what you get, of course, is the mobile suit itself, the Zaku Mariner. You get this weapon called the Sub-Rock, which stands for a Submarine Rocket Launcher. So you have those. Now, technically, the end tip has to be red, but this comes in gray, so this kit does require some coloring. Okay, so beyond that, the leftover pieces are pretty interesting. For now, the leftover pieces are these. Technically 4. Now you do get a normal Zaku chest piece, which does actually fit in. So even in the manual, it does mention that it's really up to your choice. So if you're more into the traditional Zaku look, I guess you can go for this. And here we are. We have 2 antennas. I basically used the one that the on the instruction manual or the entire box shows. That's what I did. But they do give you this horn, which does look like more of a commander type antenna. So that's up to you. And for these parts, these goes onto the feet, or technically legs in front of here. So if you want to still go for the more traditional Zaku look, I guess this is your thing. So up to you. Alright, so beyond that, what else you get is technically you only get 1 fist hand for the left arm, and you get a multi-purpose hand for the left arm as well. You do not get anything else for the right arm. The only hand you get is a trigger finger, which has that awkward angled ball joint, which I will show you guys later. And beyond this, you get these cables. Now these cable things are for the this one's technically for the magnet Harken. The magnet Harken is the weapon that's installed or built in the left arm of the Zaku Mariner, which is basically like an electrical whip. The end piece is like a magnet, so it attaches to the mobile suit and then it electrifies it. Not the best weapon, but also helpful time to time in real life, I guess. And you get these extra wires. Technically, you get a 28cm wire, so it's really up to you how long you want to cut them. These are the torpedoes that are on the shoulders, and you can only take out 2 or demonstrate 2 of them. So you can make it look like it's launching, which I will demonstrate later. And we have some sticker decal sheet, which I forgot to use entirely, but you do get a decent amount of Zeon in yellow and white, some extra Zeon symbols, and even from Neo Zeon. We get some number 1s to 0s, so, I mean 1 to 9 and 0, that's pretty good, and all sorts of good stuff. Okay, and the sticker sheet. This kit may look a bit sticker heavy, but not too bad as you think, to be honest. So these are for like the torpedoes from the back and such. These are for the neck part, which I colored in yellow. I actually don't know what part this is for, these red ones. I checked the manual, but I might need to recheck one more time. I always keep, I don't know, these days I'm having trouble locating all the proper stickers these days, but oh well. Now let's get on to the review. Let me get rid of the display stand. Okay, first of all, here's the head. Now, you only get 1 mono eye, and the mono eye does not move. And even in the manual, and the pictures on the manual, has the mono eye in the exact middle. So that's what I did. It's not exactly middle, but it will have to do. So that's kind of the bad side. But so, I don't know, if you can modify this or use a different Zaku head that has a moving mono eye, I guess that's really up to you. But that is one downside of the kit. And technically, it seems like the mono eye could be technically or supposed to be moving to the back like this. So, if this ever comes out as a master grade, I would love to see that gimmick. And interestingly, being a Zaku, this is one of the only few Zakus that doesn't have pipes, but rather has this scuba diving thing on its, face plate or mouthpiece, which is pretty interesting and really gives you that vibe that this is a underwater use mobile suit. So for the head articulation, there's not much. Being a Zaku, it can only go down that much, up that much, 360, not really possible. And the yellow, that giant yellow sticker that you saw on the sticker sheet, the yellow one is supposed to go on here. I basically just colored it in metallic gold because I ran out of yellow Gundam marker and I feel like this would look way better. So that's just me, and it uses those typical polycap neck joint things. There we go. The body, as you can see, this is the chest piece. If you really wanted to go for the traditional Zaku, it's really up to you. But that's sad. The main body, there's nothing too special going on. There's not much movement because of the cable connection. A little bit of ab crunch, barely. And you can't twist the body because of the way how everything's connected. So that's that. Okay, now let's get the arms. Now the shoulders do look the same. I really like this Zaku because each shoulder looks exactly the same. It's not like one has a spike, one has a shield. I really did not like that aspect of the Zaku. Now these are the torpedoes, and these are supposed to be, you're supposed to use stickers. I colored it in metallic silver because I really don't like putting stickers on these kind of parts. And this part is technically, the way how this is structured is that, let me just show you guys if I can. You can take off the shoulder. Now this side of the shoulder is a single piece like this, but this side of the shoulder, which I took off, you can see I colored these, but you can take off these parts, only two. You can only take off one and two of these. You can't take off the third because it's pretty much built in. So you can take these off and then demonstrate as if it's firing the missile launchers, which I will demonstrate later, but I will take them out now. This part does not have this gimmick, so if you want to have both sides, you need to buy two of these things. For your shoulder articulation, it's pretty good. I mean, pretty good. It can go forward that much, backward that much, and then it can go to the side about 90 degrees, which is pretty good. And then, despite the design of the shoulder, and it has their typical 360 twist, but very, very stiff. And then it only has a 90-degree bend, which is I guess one of the downsides of the kit, but at the same time, I'm pretty satisfying at the same time. And you have your typical ball jointed hands, and here is the magnet Harken, which is only on the left arm. And 360 is possible. And here is the other arm, which doesn't have the magnet Harken, and here is that trigger finger, which has that angled ball joint for the trigger finger. There are a few kits like the Gundam Local type that uses this. I'm starting to have some second thoughts about these, and I'm really tempted to cut off the stock because it gets annoying time to time. But that's that. It could be just me who's being picky. Okay, that's that. The pipes are just normal plastic pieces that you see in Origins kits. So that's that. The front skirt does not come. It comes in a single piece, and I originally thought this is one of those pieces that you cannot divide, but according to some people on a certain Facebook group, they mentioned that it is technically possible. The man just does not really mention it, but if you're really a person who's really used to customizing or modding, it should be a piece of cake for you guys. And also these pipes are connected to the back. Oh, another thing I should mention are these on the backpack. Now the only stickers I did technically use are this camera sticker, the pink one, and the inside thruster red parts. So yeah, there's technically 4 pieces, one on the round side and on the wall side. So that's technically 4 and 5. These small pieces are supposed to be stickers as well. I just colored in the same metallic silver. They do not come off, or there are no effects for that part, so that's that. But I really do like the backpack because it really gives you that feeling that this is supposed to be used for underwater. Okay, now we've seen the arms, we've seen the main body, we've seen the waist. The front skirt goes about that much. Side skirt barely moves because the pipe is connected to the side skirt. Back skirt does not move at all. The kit, despite the lack of moving to the front, it still has a side swivel, as you can see, but very stiff and kind of limited of movement because how it's designed, and only can go to the side that much because of the side skirts. And you know, the pipes are the same way how you connect in the Origins kit, where you just slide them in. So here we go, we have a 90-degree bend, as we can see, and a typical ball jointed feet. So we've seen we basically seen the basic articulation. Now for the equipment. As equipment, we have the sub rock, which I didn't mention. The handle does not move, and you're pretty much stuck in this pose. I mean, I'm not sure if it can hold it with both hands, but I guess if you wobble it around, it should be possible. Oh yeah, this is the other hand, but if you wobble around, it is technically possible to hold it in both hands. As you can see, it does reach to the other arm. Okay, now the last thing that's left, I'm just gonna leave the hand off. You have to take this part out and then replace it with this part. They give you a separate piece for the wire connectors, and there you go. You have the magnet harken effect part. So that's pretty much it. You can, thanks to the cable, you can pretty much bend them around. If you can actually put a small magnet and then like install a few metal plates in different kits, that would be interesting to make an interesting diorama. And if you guys remember, I took off those pieces, and you have to put those pieces on top. They could have just gave you a separate piece for these, but oh well. And what you can do is you can just reattach them, and then make it look like it's firing its missiles or torpedoes. And that's pretty much it for this kit. That was pretty much it for this kit. This is one of the few amphibious kits out there you can get. I say this is a very basic build and a very fun build as well. So this is also a really recommended kit that I would give out or tell you guys for a first kit for those who want to try HGUCs as a first kit. The only downside would be the non-moving mono eye and the only 90-degree bending arms. So beyond that, if that's fine with you, this is a very good kit, and if you're really a Zaku collector, I would recommend this kit as well. And these are one of those kits that we should just be basically thankful for Bandai to even make or release one, because I highly doubt a lot of people knows this variant. Anyway, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the HGUC Zaku Mariner. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. If I got anything wrong, leave a comment below as well. I still have more kits to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time!